Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. It's game number 74. Just 8 more left after tonight. All right, so I got some game day news. I have the preview for the game. I don't know why I'm speaking funny. I have the lineups in there, and I have this thing here. It is called the Guess the Score contest. If you guess the score of the game, and the first goal scorer of the game. And you can pick that guy from either team. You win a cash prize of $10 directly into your bank account if you are the first person in the chat with that guess. All right. It's hard enough to win. We haven't had a winner in a while. So hopefully we'll get one before the end of the season. That would really be nice. And what else we got? No, I think that's it. Let's see who's here. And we'll go from there. Daryl Adams says 5-2 Habs. Suzuki first goal. By the way, I'll give mine soon. Rick Seligman. Yeah, I have. That's a story I have. We'll talk about that. He says Seligman saying 95% Dubois will sign sooner than later with the Habs. Can you really see him going to play with Habs? He will cost a lot. Going to talk about it in my game day news. Habs Guru 4-2 Habs. You better change that. Sean Farrell not in the lineup tonight. Have that in my stories. But Guru, make a new guess for the goal scorer. Yeah, because Sean Farrell, he's just not going to be in the lineup tonight. Bob Cannon in the house. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Red. Hey, Red, how's it going? Who's that? What do you mean? It's Unity? Who's Unity? Anyways, welcome in. Welcome in, Red. Good evening, Rick. That's Stan the Man. 5-4 Sabres. Skinner with the first goal. Skinner! Go get the first goal. Gislain says 7-4. Hey, Gislain, by the way. Hey, Gislain. 7-4 Buffalo. Tage Thompson first goal. Jason LaRose says 4-2 Sabres. Thompson first goal. Do me a favor, though, Red. Put it all. Like, don't keep... Nah, because that's a pain in the ass. You were here and you were timed out. Well, now you know why you were timed out. If you keep doing that, you're going to get timed out. It's called spamming. Don't spam. You can put all that in one, It really is. It's a pain in the ass to see that when you're doing what I do. That's all I could say. And that's probably why you got timed out. So why don't you just tell us who you really are? And then we'll know what I can explain it to you better then maybe. Guru says Thompson first goal. Awesome, buddy. No worries, Bob, as always. All right, so let's get to some of these things already. We're going to start with, it's going to take a couple of minutes, but okay. Sean Farrell signed a 3-year ELC with Montreal yesterday. It starts this season, goes through 24-25, which means they're going to burn this season on the ELC because he is expected to join the team in Buffalo, which he did. Because I wrote this yesterday. He'll wear number 57. Let me see what I got here. Yeah, I forgot to load my thing there. So look at his look at that while I go load what I got to load so I can play a video clip. Hang on, boys. I don't know why I forgot that. Here we go. Yes. Okay, it'll take a second to load. So that's his number, 57. I'll go on a little bit. Sean Farrell will not be in the lineup tonight, but he is expected to suit up tomorrow night against the Flyers. So look for that. I'm excited to buy it. So hopefully this will happen. I have a clip that's loading. Okay, so when he was drafted, I usually do a post-draft video. I did. I kind of pulled him out as guys I liked out of the draft. I made a little clip of the stuff I said about him in the video. It's loading. It'll be loaded in a second. What else I got, though? Till that loads up, this is another season series tiebreaker tonight. So there's been 2 games. They're split. It's the only game left in the season. So another season tiebreaker. It's not loaded yet. Jake Allen is in tonight. And for Buffalo, it's Eric Comrie. So Eric Comrie in nets for Buffalo. Jake Allen in nets for Montreal. And it's still not loaded. Don't want to talk about the PLD rumors, but we'll go to this. Not yet, anyway. We'll do PLD in a minute. Nick Suzuki is the NHL's second star of the week with 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points in 3 games. LA's Victor Arvidsson with the first star, and the Wild's goalie Philip Gustafsson is the third star. Nick Suzuki, second star of the week in the NHL. Way to go, Nick. I don't know if that's the first, but if it is, it's the first of many, I think, in his career. All right, I have the clip. This is what I thought about Sean Farrell before. I think 2 days after the draft. I'm going to apologize for the sound quality, the video quality, and the host quality. I'm embarrassed by this. It's cringeworthy to watch, but this is what I said about him. Fourth rounder next up is Sean Farrell, 5'8", 175 pounds, small kid, but a number of players, and that's including Cole Caulfield, because he must have played with him on the US NDTP team last season. They've said this kid is a steal at this pick. He's a steal, so that's good to know. 5'8", 175 pounds, in 44 games, 15 goals, 41 assists, 56 points, plus 19 on the USA under-19 team. 6 games, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. And he's from Massachusetts. Next up, Sean Farrell. This pick, they traded. They switched picks with the Lightning to get 2 picks, and one of them was Sean Farrell. So last up that I really, really like stands out for me is Sean Farrell. The reason I checked into him more is because of Cole Caulfield saying he's a steal. And then I saw a few lesser-known players or prospects on Twitter saying the same thing. Sean Farrell, a real steal. He's an explosive skater, outstanding edge work and agility, low center of gravity, and powerful lower body. So he's strong on the puck and strong board battler. And that's reminiscent right there of Cole Caulfield. He's a small guy, small center of gravity, really strong in the legs and the lower body, and it's hard to knock off the puck. And amazingly, small guy like that, a bigger guy can hit him and doesn't knock him over. And Sean Farrell seems a lot like that. Very similar in size, 5'8", 175, very similar. Offensively, a pure goal scorer. Full array of shots, scores with his wrister, snapshot, slap shot, and even a dangerous backhander. Soft hands, quick release, accurate, and can pick corners with it. Not afraid to go to the dirty areas. Sound like Cole Caulfield, I'm telling you. Can be a playmaker, good vision, relentless puck pursuer, and good forechecker. On defense, high energy in all 3 zones, a quick stick, anticipates well, plays the penalty kill. So I wrote here along the lines of a Cole Caulfield and Alex DeBrincat. I think actually he sounds a little even better than Caulfield, because Caulfield has that knock on him about his defense, where Sean Farrell is not getting that knock. He's an all-around good player, even though he's a small, but he's a sniper. So you can see where Montreal's kind of gone here with their picks. They're really looking to make sure that they have big, skilled guys and some good, small, skilled goal-scoring types in there. So I think the future is getting stacked. They only picked 8 guys because they've got a lot of prospects in the system. You can only have so many contracts signed. So it's not going to hurt them that they only picked 8 guys. That's not a problem. And I think it was a good draft. I'm happy with the guys that they picked, and the future really looks bright. So that's my look at the draft, the picks that Montreal made. Man, what a difference in video quality and sound quality I had back then. That's, I think, 2020? June 2020? Embarrassing. Anyway, that's what I said about Sean Farrell, and I've said this before, so just proof that I did pick him out as the player to watch from the draft. It was obvious that this kid was going to be good. Is he going to be in the NHL? Well, we're going to start finding out tomorrow. So there you go, Sean Farrell. Let's see what you guys got to say about this. Where am I? You're Alexis. I do remember you, Alexis. And Alexis, what I do remember is you never listened to me when I asked you to stop doing stuff like that. You never listened to me when you did stupid shit. And that's why you got kicked out. So if you want to stop doing that kind of stuff, I won't kick you out. How's that? So I do remember you, Alexis. And I got to tell you, to start out, you're on a short leash right now. Ghislain, Sean Farrell, number 57. Last one was Blake Jeffrion. Yeah, listen, it's not an exciting number, but you know what? If this kid is as good as he is supposed to be, he'll make it his own. That's just the way it is, right? He'll make it his own. And yeah, but you're right. I think he's the only one, Blake Jeffrion, the only one to have worn that. I got to just make a quick text here. There you go. All right. Mary Jo, 5-1 Habs. Hoffman, first goal. Awesome. Good pick, Hoffman, for the first goal. That first line, red hot. I mean, I think we had 10 points, that first line against Columbus. 10-point night, 4 for Suzuki. I guess 3 goals for Harvey Pinard and 3 points for Mike Hoffman. Bye-bye. Habs 5-3. Suzuki first goal. Anthony, hey Rick, who was Luca from last vid? Luca is I had people from the audience on a couple years ago was doing that. Something happened that changed that I don't do that anymore. But Luca was one of those people. Luca is a great guest, a great kid. He's going to be a doctor, and great analysis and knowledge of the game, especially for a kid that age. So yeah, that's who Luca is. Luca's a friend of the channel. And no, I don't have people on like I used to. No. So you can ask, but it's not happening right now. Hey, I was watching Drouin when he was on the Lightning, and he was very good. What happened to him? I know, Drouin, you look at his highlights. He looked great. I don't know what happened to him. Honestly, I don't know what happened to him, but I've said this before, that he was great there. And, everyone knows that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what I think it is, because I'm just not gonna do that. She's that Blake Jeffrion chose 57 to honor his grandfather, number 5, boom boom Jeffrion, and his great grandfather, number 7, Howie Morenz. I forgot about that. That's right. Which former Habs end up his career, and which number he was wearing? What? I'm not sure what you said on the last part there. Just not sorry. Mary Jo, I'll make it 5-2 as Allen in goal and Quinn as he'll give up the 2 first. Okay, but who's Quinn? Quinn? It's Comrie on the other side. Bob says, agree, Rick. The audio video quality is much better on your channel nowadays. Good progress. Quality equipment always pays off. Yeah, it took a little while to get there, but I didn't realize how bad it was. So I don't watch my old videos very often. I just thought, I just pull that out and see what I said about them. And there you go. Anthony, 5-2 Buffalo. Who's Thompson? Do I think? What do you mean by it's the family? That he has a family? No, he was doing this before. I don't know. I don't know what's up with Drew. Alexis, I can already tell you, you're annoying me. So stop doing that. I explained it. I don't have to explain it again. And yeah, I'm being a bit of an asshole because I remember Alexis. What's the difference between Hughes and Bergevin? Really? Look at the a lot. Bearsman was very closed. Didn't want the alumni around. He definitely wanted to run the show his way. He was very stuck on grinder type players. He made some good trades, and they ended up starting to draft really well. But he wasn't modern NHL. Red, you can be here. Just behave like everybody else does. That's it. This is an interesting question. Blake Geoffrion left the NHL at 26 years old because, by the way, hi Lou, because he was hit by a defenseman from Tampa, who plays in the NHL with Montreal. Who was the defenseman, and which number does he wear with the Habs? That played. When you say played, can't be still. He can't still play here. That's a good question. Who did he get hit by that came to play here after? Anyways, if anybody knows, let us know. Bob says, I will say 4-3 Montreal. Raphael Harvey Pinard, first goal tonight. Keep up his hot streak. Harvey Pinard, very good, Red. Very good. Stan the Man might have the answer there. I like that. I think you're right. Craig Rivet. But that means he was playing in Tampa. Wouldn't that be after the trade? We got Rivet from San Jose, didn't we? No, we got Rivet from San Jose, not Tampa. Jean-Philippe Côté, nobody would have ever gotten that. That's so obscure. I mean, great question, Ghislain. A little bit obscure, though. But, I mean, great question because I don't think anybody would have gotten that. Not without looking it up. I mean, I'm going off the top of my head, so. Where are we in time? Okay, I got to do my preview. I took so much time with my video. All right. I'm going to do my preview. When we come back, remind me, we're going to talk about Pierre-Luc Dubois. All right, let's do the preview. Because I might forget. It's the last thing on my list here, and you know me. All right, so tonight's game, the 29-38-6 Montreal Canadiens are in Buffalo to take on the 35-31-6 Buffalo Sabres. I believe 6 points out of a wild card spot for Buffalo. If they don't make that, which unlikely, it'll be the 12th season they don't make the playoffs. Montreal's 2 now in a row. They made the playoffs, obviously, and went on a run the last time. How to watch this game? Start time 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. In Canada, I guess because it's Monday, Sportsnet East, Sportsnet Pacific in English, and in French, RDS. In the Sabres region, MSG Buffalo, and online, I'm on Hockey TV because NHL 66 is pay only. All right, season series, October 27th in Buffalo. Montreal beat them 3-2, and then November 22nd in Montreal, they kicked the shit out of us 7-2. Last 10 record, both teams 3-5-2. Montreal won their last game. Buffalo won their last 2. They've been on they were on a bad streak, but they won their last 2 over. One of them was New Jersey, like 2 good wins. They could be on an uptick. They're fighting for to get that wild card. So Buffalo could be, could score. The problem I think with Buffalo is I kind of like Montreal. Other than the first line, they're giving up a lot of goals and they're not scoring much there. So it's a little bit like Montreal. So Montreal is coming off 8 goals in a game, and Buffalo, they score a lot. We'll see that in a minute. I don't know where I went from. Montreal is the away team, so they're 13-21-3 on the road. Buffalo is 14-20-3 at home. So here's what I was talking about. Scoring chances for percentage, 43.5% for Montreal 30th, 50.5% for Buffalo 17th. Here's it. Goals per game. 2.84 for Montreal, 26th. 3.57 for Buffalo. They're third in the league in scoring goals per game. So they're going to put up some goals, but goals against per game, and that's where they have their problems. So Montreal's 3.67 goals per game, goals against per game, 28th, and they are 3.68 goals against per game, 29th in the league. So they give up, on average, more goals than they score, and that's why they're where they are. Power play percentage, 17.3% for Montreal, 28th, and a whopping 24.3% for Buffalo. They've got the sixth best power play in the league. So Montreal shouldn't take too many penalties, and they might score on theirs because PK percentage, they're very close, 73.1% for Montreal, 29th, and they're a little bit under 72.4%, 31st. So we'll see how that works out. Face-off percentage at the dot this season, Montreal's 48.6%, 23rd in the league, and 45.1% for Buffalo. They're last in the league. Shots on goal per game and shots allowed per game. So on goal per game for Montreal, 27.4 and 32.2 for Buffalo. And against, that's allowed per game, 33.8 for Montreal, 32.9 for Buffalo. So they get a few more shots per game, but give up about the same amount of shots on average. In nets tonight, Jake Allen for Montreal, 14, 24, and 3, 3.57 goals against, 8.91 save percentage, 1 shutout. And on the other side, it's going to be Eric Comrie. His numbers are not up there. I don't have his numbers. I know, if I remember correctly, beginning of the season, Buffalo was hot, and Comrie, I think, was in nets because their goalies were out, and he did well, but I don't have his numbers. Players to watch over the last 5 games. Look at Nick Suzuki's numbers. Points. Nick Suzuki, 10 over the last 5 games. He's hot. Alex Tuch has got 4 in goals. Harvey Pinard with 4, with 3 last game. So he's hot. Alex Tuch has 2 for Buffalo. Assists. Nick Suzuki has 8 assists out of those 10. And Corey Middlestat for Buffalo has 3. And plus minus, Suzuki would have plus 4. And Peyton Krebs, who I believe was drafted either, I think, just ahead, like a couple of spots ahead of Cole Caulfield or just behind. Peyton Krebs, I guess he's even because there's no number there. Team leaders, so for goals, Cole Caulfield still with 26, 3 points, 3 goals up on Nick Suzuki to maintain that lead, even though he's been injured forever. Tage Thompson for them, the Giant, 44 goals. Suzuki, 61 points, ties his season total last year, so he's got 9 games to improve on that. Tage Thompson with 89 points. Average time on ice, Mike Matheson, 24-13. And for them, Rasmus Dahlin, 25-39. And in wins, Sam Montembeault and 15 big wins. That's 5 more than his career high. So, I mean, this is a career year for Monty. And over on the other side, Luokkanen, I don't know how it's actually pronounced. 16 wins over there for Buffalo. The bottom 11 in the standings, from 11 down, Ottawa's moved into that. So they're 11th. Vancouver, St. Louis, Detroit, Philadelphia, Arizona, Montreal. So they're 3 points behind Arizona, 4 behind Philadelphia. That's getting to be pretty secure there, that they won't move up that way. And Anaheim is below them. Chicago, Columbus, San Jose. Anaheim, I think with the loss that they had last night, Montreal won, they lost. I don't think they can push down now to Anaheim. That's 8 points difference, 9 games to play. They're where they are. That's where they're going to finish, in my opinion. 5th from the bottom. That's take it for what it is, in my opinion. Top 5 scoring for Buffalo. Tage Thompson, 44 goals, 45 assists, 89 points. Jeff Skinner, 31 goals, 39 assists, 70 points. I don't know. It doesn't get old when I do it, for me, probably for you guys. Alex Tuch, 32 goals, 36 assists, 68 points. Rasmus Dahlin, 14 goals, 51 assists, 65 points. Dylan Cousins, 28 goals, 33 assists, 61 points. You can see that the offense on Buffalo is there. There's no doubt about that. For Montreal, I got 8 there because out of the 8, we can get 5 that are still playing and are out for the season. Nick Suzuki leads the way, 23 goals, 38 assists, 61 points. Kirby Dach, 14 goals, 24 assists, 38 points. Mike Hoffman, 13 goals, 19 assists, 32 points. Mike Matheson, 8 goals, 20 assists, 28 points. And rounding it out, Jonathan Drouin, 2 goals, 25 assists, 27 points. The Buffalo lines projected tonight. Tage Thompson centering Skinner. Tuck on the other side. Cousins in between Peterka and Quinn. Yost in between Middlestat and Olofsson. Krebs in between Gergensons and Okposo. Dahlin and Yokiharu. First pair, Power and Leo Bushkin. He's a good Russian kid. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. I don't even know if he's Russian. Second pairing, and Stillman and Bryson. Third pair, and Eric Comrie making the start. For Montreal, Suzuki centering Harvey Pinard and Hoffman. Kirby Dach in between Drouin and Gurianov. Evans in between Ulanin and Gallagher. Tierney centering Pezzetta and Belzile. Got Matheson and Savard, Edmondson and Barron, Harrison Kovacevic, and Jake Allen making the start. I basically unchanged from the last game except for Allen, I believe. And that's it. We're going to get into the PLD in a minute after I look at what you guys are saying. We have roughly 13 minutes anyways till I got to go. Where was I? Did you see the photo of Suzuki and Giunta? I did not. Lucas also has, by the way, hey, Lucas, 5-3 Buffalo Skinner, first goal. Excuse me. Bob Cannon says Craig Rivet wore number 52. Benoit Pouliot wore number 57. But Rivet, that wasn't Tampa. Was he in Tampa? Maybe I'm wrong that he was in Tampa. I thought we got Rivet from San Jose. Someone tell me if I'm right or wrong. David, 5-3 Habs, Suzuki first goal. What is the need Montreal can draft? Montreal needs, it's, it depends where they're finished. Where they're going to draft, I should say. Where they draft depends. A forward, center, or right, or a winger. That's where they're going to draft. That's what I think anyway, right? They're not going for a defenseman that high up. It'll be later in the round maybe. They're not going for a goalie in the first round. I'm sure of that now. They're not going to go for a goalie. So it's a center or a winger. Best player available when they draft. You're right, Mr. Cannon. Rivet did wear 52. I remember that. And for some reason, I thought it was 57 only. No, I mean, Blake Geoffrion, I believe, is the only number 57 ever for the Habs. Stad the man. I know what you mean, though. But Craig Rivet, he was memorable. Wasn't he Saku's best friend? Wasn't Craig Rivet like Saku's best friend when he was here? Or was it George's? Because I mixed them up and they were traded for each other. So I get them mixed up sometimes. Filibuster, how's it going, man? Gurianov in a hurry. 5-3 for Montreal. And Gurianov with the first goal. He is. I like Gurianov. With Farrell signing Manil C, why would 1 year of that contract will be eaten up, even though he will only play 9 games? Because of it's his age, I think. He's not 22 yet, so he can sign 3 years. Because of that, I don't think the money's a big deal. It's not that much money, and they want to see him here and get a look at him now. I don't think that's a horrible thing. I mean, I'm happy for it. And it's not unusual. I mean, Cole Caulfield burnt his first year. Slavkovsky. It's nothing wrong with it. That's coming up in a minute, Phil. As a matter of fact, good point that you make there. Good timing. I just want to try to get to the last of the comments. ABL, 5-2 Buffalo, and Danny Gare getting the first one. Might as well said Danny Gallivan. Rive was traded to San Jose for Josh Georges. That's how I thought it happened. Okay, so Georges came from San Jose. Rive came from Tampa Bay. Chris Murray wore number 57 here. So there's 2 then. Okay, so now let's get to this thing because everyone's talking about it. I've talked about it. Let's go here. This is the article here. So this is a guy I follow. You probably all know who Grav is. Elliot Friedman on his 32 Thoughts podcast. Jets have talked to the Canadiens on and off about Dubois. We know that Dubois is going to end up there 95%, sure. Is there some way we can make a deal so the Canadiens get him earlier and we get something we want? They've talked about that. This is, okay, I'm just going to lead off with this is what I'm confused about. Pierre-Luc Dubois, at his age, his contract is up at the end of this year. He's not a UFA. He's an RFA. He's restricted. So the talk about getting him next year for free, not happening unless we offer sheet him. It's the only way to get him, and it's not free because now you're going to give up for him. You're probably giving up, I'm going to say, 4 first-round picks, 4 years, or a first-round pick 4 years in a row, right? I got to say for him, and if it's not that, it's not much less than that. So I don't understand a guy like Elliot Friedman saying that same thing. They have to trade for him to get him. Waiting for him doesn't work. If they trade him to, say, whatever team you want, I heard today LA. They trade him to LA. He plays a season in LA and loves it there. You think he's coming to Montreal? No. Right? And if he signs a contract, I would think he's going to sign for more than a year. So I don't know how we're getting him without trading for him. That's what I want to say. Everybody out there, you want to have your say? Now's the time. Let's talk about it. You've heard what I have to say. The only thing I haven't done yet is I'm going to give you my guess the score. While you guys type, I'm going to do guess the score. I'm going with 6-5 Montreal. Mike Matheson, the first goal. And I say possibly OT because I think it's going to be a close game. Both high-scoring teams right now. Montreal can qualify for that. They're scoring right now. Can they keep with Buffalo tonight? Can Buffalo score against Montreal? I mean, it looks like a game that should be high-scoring. Hopefully not for just one team, unless it's Montreal, and possibly overtime here. So, and the overtime stuff doesn't mean anything. If you guys want to put that in your guess, it's fine. If it's not an overtime and your score is right, you're still going to win. All right, I'm going to get back to you in a sec. Let's see what you guys are saying then. BL, I got you. How did we... Oh, Matthew Darsh. That's how you're talking about Matthew Darsh. All right. Stan says the Habs do not need PLD. I worry that he will be Drouin version 2. We all worry about that. BL says, not going to lie. Going to be flicking back and forth to the Ottawa, Florida game. That's fine. Don't worry. I wouldn't even know, so I don't even know why you got to tell me. Hoping Ottawa wins it. Plus, me too. Plus, I enjoy watching those Kachuk boys play. Matthew and the kid. That should be a Hab. Yeah, and listen, no, I don't mean that like it's not snarky that when I say that, but like if you did that, I wouldn't know. I mean, I might say, oh well, BL's not making comments. I might notice that. Doesn't mean you're not watching, so I wouldn't know. But I appreciate the notification. Hey, Automatic, feel like it's been a while. How's it going, buddy? I hope you and yours are all great. I returned that. So far, so good. Knock wood. That is true because I'm not in touch with everybody right at the moment. Where am I? Question: what do you think is more important? Maintaining. I'm just checking the time. We still got 5 minutes. Maintaining the winning and positive atmosphere in the locker room, or getting a topic, getting a center like a Bedard or a pick like Bedard, I think is what you wanted to say. The former, maintaining the winning and positive atmosphere in the locker room, because no matter what we want as fans, guaranteed in the locker room, they're not looking at possibly, they'd like to get the first pick. It's not their goal. Their goal is to win. Every time they go out on the ice, their goal is to win. That's what they're looking at. So I think that's more important. You're seeing it in their play. Team that was like depleted like they were, still playing the way they were, even though they were losing still. In general, they were losing. Yeah, that's what's more important. But like I said, anyways, they're fifth from the bottom. I don't think they move from there. So I don't know what they can do, really. The only thing that could happen if they win all 9 games going forward, which they're not, that might change things. But other than that, I don't think it changes. Phil says, yes, we need PLD. People who whine we might end up with too many centers don't watch the hockey games. Injuries, face-off, the ejections, also centers can play wing. On that point, you are 100% right. That's not my worry about PLD. It's only attitude and that kind of stuff that we don't really know, because I don't know the guy, only from what I hear and kind of make up in my head, I guess. That's my only objection. But as far as the guy, yeah, I mean, having too many centers, I don't think that's a thing anymore, right? So it's just, do they have the money? Because he's not gonna be cheap. What are they giving up to get him? That's what I'm worried about. Winnipeg gives Patrick Laine a 2nd overall for PLD, 3rd overall, and a 3rd overall. Or no, a 3rd overall. Winnipeg wants a 3rd overall Kirby Dach. Kirby Dach's not going the other way. This you can guarantee. Kirby Dach is here to stay. Point final. No need to say anymore. Phil, wingers might not center, but centers can wing. You're 100% right. And not only are you 100% right, I think that's the formula going forward here in Montreal, is to win the middle by having 2 centers on each line, one playing the wing and one playing center. And I think it works out really well in the offensive zone, in the faceoff dot. Yeah, I think that is their plan. Hey, Eric, how you doing, man? Would I trade Florida's first pick and young D for PLD if they're going to make the trade? I think that is what I can't see Winnipeg not wanting that pick. And you got Norlinder. Ray, don't bark. Ray, don't bark. You got Norlinder that you can give up. There's guys that they can give up that are in the system. So yeah, I think if that trade is being made, that's how it should be. But I'm afraid what Winnipeg is asking for could be too much, and I don't want Montreal to do that. I'm not really worried though with Kent Hughes that if they make this trade, it's not going to be too much. Boy, this is a big subject. We can offer another 3rd overall, Jonathan Drouin. Really going to take Jonathan Drouin for PLD? That's like a drop in the bucket. And they're going to go, okay, much more. 12th overall, Yoel Armia. Again, another drop in the bucket. And a proven twice 30-goal scorer, Brendan Gallagher. Another drop in the bucket. Now you got this whole bucket that needs to be filled to get PLD, and you got nothing to fill it with, really. I don't get it. Winnipeg will get a mid-pick and Devo. I think Dvorak could definitely be in the mix. Perhaps a young D or nothing at all. I think, I think you might be right. Like Florida's pick, Christian Dvorak, a Norlinder, and I still think it's going to be something else. No, Andy, I don't think is going anywhere. I really don't think Andy's going anywhere. Lucas, I agree with that. I'm fine with it too. I think they think it's a success because they developed guys. Guys got better, got experience. I think that's the success because that's what they were trying to do. BL, I agree with that. That's my problem, right? I don't have that warm, fuzzy feeling about it. BL, actually, that's my sentiments right there. Luca Farrell's not in the lineup tonight. It'll be tomorrow. I mean, he's expected tomorrow. It's not confirmed for tomorrow, but that's what I'm reading, that he won't be tonight, but he'll be in the lineup tomorrow. Phil, though, I wouldn't just draft centers because they're centers, though, right? You got to draft the right kind of guys. If they step up to the plate on draft day at 5th, 6th, or wherever they are, best player available. If that guy's a center, fine. If he's a winger, I think it's fine. But at that position there, I mean, you got to take the best guy that's left to you. That's what I think. After that, down the road, different story. Bob, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think the thing that you're not putting in here is his age. And Dubois being, I think he's going to be 25 or is 25. He's right in that mix with these guys going forward. And if you look at it like that, there's no doubt he's got talent. There's no doubt the player, Pierre-Luc Dubois, would be a great pickup. It's the worry of the other baggage that I don't trust. That's it. But as far as, I mean, he's got the right age and all that. He still has a year of that he's an RFA. So there's control there. There's, it's not a bad thing. I worry about the player himself, but not really his talent and all that. I think that, so if they do it, I'm not going to be all disappointed and go crazy if they don't give up the farm for him. And I think his age puts him here. He's going to be right in his prime when they start to really be able to compete. And I think if you get a guy like PLD, honestly, it kind of might move you ahead in the rebuild a little bit. I just worry about the locker room. Hey, Doug, how's it going, man? I got to go. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I hate to have to go on all these comments. But I mean, it's really late. I'm a few minutes in. I've got to do my stuff. I can't help it. Let's try to talk about all this again in the first intermission. So hopefully you guys will come back. We'll talk about all this again before the game if you want and in the intermission. But I really got to go. So thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. And I am really sorry that I can't ask, or I don't know the word. Can't answer all those questions or talk about all that stuff. I apologize. But I'll be back in now 17 minutes for the live hangout for the game. Please join me then. And thanks for watching. Stay safe till we're back here again. Peace out. See you in a bit. Ciao, everybody.